Hello everyone, this is Excalibeard, and it's a Monday, so obviously we're doing a vlog. Now, if you can't tell, I do have a sore throat. I blew my voice out 2 days ago, and I've been nursing it back to health with a huge thing of hot boiling tea that I've been slowly sipping on. It looks full now, it was completely empty a while ago. So I'm going to be drinking a lot of tea in this video. Either that or I'll cut out when I sip. I don't know. I'm drinking tea. A lot of it. And my voice sounds a little bit raspy. But hey, that means you guys get to hear a really deep, toned down Excalibeard today. Unless it annoys you too much, and then I guess you're not going to watch it at all. I'm here to talk about Eternal Sonata today. The shinies. Okay. See it? See it? It's called Eternal Sonata. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this game today is because, you know how, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you guys know how I obsess over story. And there's games out there that are kind of hidden under the radar as far as the Western world is concerned. And the reason being, the pure mechanics of the game. And I believe that's what happened with this game, really. Because for the first half of the game, if you play it as a single player, the gameplay is kind of boring. It's very boring. It's not that it's badly executed as far as mechanics or something like that, as far as glitches or bugs or whatever. It's that it's just very same thing over and over and over again until a certain point in the game. Because with the gameplay, you have it to where you start out with only set types of commands and a set type of strategy. Basically, you walk around, press A, you walk around, press A, you walk around, press A, and then they add combos, and then they add as they go. And it takes almost the entire game to get your full arsenal under your belt. And it's incredibly fun after a while when everything starts getting complicated. It's like, wow, strategy. I love strategy. Why didn't they have this in the beginning of the game? It's a little different when you do the multiplayer, because you have to rely on other people, and the strategy and the complexity is based upon the teamwork of it. But the reason why I'm sad that this game is virtually unknown in the Western sphere is because, in my opinion, it has one of the most complex, beautiful, and well-laid stories in video game history, bar none, and as far as a single title is concerned. You know, because you can argue Kingdom Hearts has an incredibly complex, deep, and meaningful story to it. And the first game does have that a little bit, but it's not very developed until the later games. And it's multiple games combined that create this beautiful story, which there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, except that they did it over the span of several consoles. But enough ranting. I did enough ranting about Kingdom Hearts in an upcoming series that we started recording. We haven't finished yet. It's going to be a mini-series. And it's going to be great. story time with Excalibeard. We're going to do Kingdom Hearts first. And when I say we, I mean I have a guest on that particular part of the show. I know it's not my wife. It's not. Okay? It's not. But back to Eternal Sonata. The story is basically, let's see, there's this magical kingdom that is having a coup, is having a rebellion because it's an oppressive king, Waltz. Yeah, that's his name. Most people's names, by the way, everyone except for one guy, is named after music. It's a musical world. And the reason why it's a musical world is because it's happening in and around Chopin. And if you don't know about Chopin, then you should play Eternal Sonata, because it gives a very detailed, very beautiful history of his life and death. It's an amazing experience. It's like it mixes this perfect balance between reality and fiction. It just kind of puts them together in this beautiful allegorical world. And the reason why I say it's so beautiful is not just because the graphics are so beautiful, and it's not just because the music is so beautiful, but the story itself. How the character, I said before that a story is what happens when a bunch of characters get together and do stuff. Well, in order for that to be a beautiful story, it has to be beautiful characters. In order for it to be a good story, it has to have good characters, well-made characters. And pretty much each and one of these characters, almost all of them, you're rooting for. You want to succeed. Even some of the people you disagree with, even the people that you are like, yeah, I wouldn't go there. And the people who are flat out bad guys, a lot of them. I mean, not really the tyrant, but yeah, the person who I would consider the main villain, you totally sympathize with, and you do not really want to fight him at all. And the person who I consider the main antagonist, I don't consider the tyrant the main antagonist. I don't at all. But yeah, everything is put there for a reason. Everything has a purpose. All of the characters' names are there to basically dictate allegorically how they relate to each other. Like, you have Jazz, the character, who is the rebel, right? Because Jazz. And you have, like, a love square with him, with the three women who are in love with him. It's weird. But, and each of them have their names, including this one girl, Viola, who knows that she doesn't have a chance, because, you know, there's this small, frisky violin, right? So that's what a viola is. And it kind of feels like it wants to be a part of Jazz, like it wants to be a part of that edgy, rebellious tone. But the thing is that Jazz doesn't care. Jazz never uses violas, really. And so you have this instrument that feels like it wants to be a part of this genre that really never gets a shot at it. So, and that's just like one example. All of it, all of the relationships between all of these people's names can be allegorically tied to the things that they're named by. Including Crescendo, which is my favorite character ever. But basically what this is, I'm not sponsored by these guys. Bandai Namco games. Bandai Namco. I'm not sponsored by them. No one's paying me to plug in this video or anything. This is just a not very well known game anymore. Like, everyone I've talked to has never heard of it. When I picked it up, it was as an experiment. I had never heard of it. But for someone that either wants to play it multiplayer or is willing to go through a little bit of grinding for a story at the beginning and then have fun later, this is one of the most beautiful, well thought out, well put together stories ever. The music, it's not just Chopin's music, but a lot of Chopin's music is in there. A lot of romantic feeling music. It ties in the history of Chopin directly into this fictional world in a very clever way. It's a game that you want to sit down with and analyze for the story's sake. So if you want to do that, I recommend it. That's basically what this vlog is about, is me saying Eternal Sonata. Play it. Play it all the way through. Play it through the credits and the aftermath. Watch the aftermath. Because otherwise it won't make sense at all. You have to wait till after the credits in order to fully understand what's going on. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. So I'm going to nurse myself back to health because I'm starting to get lightheaded, and that's not good. It's not good when you're sick and you're drinking tea and it's like, uh-oh, I'm getting lightheaded. So until the next time, this has been Excalibeard, and I love you, all of you, and I will see you in the next one. So.